Welcome to Hope for Everybody, a channel that exists to highlight people and places that are all about providing hope to people in need. Check out today's episode.
Welcome to Hope for Everybody, and I'm here with Karla Rucobo.
Hi.
From SER National.
Yes.
And SER stands for Senior Employment and Redevelopment. Senior Employment and Redevelopment. And we're here specifically about SCSEP, which stands for the Senior Community Service Employment Program.
Right.
The Senior Community Service Employment Program. But if you want to look them up, go to sernational.org. sernational.org. Hope for Everybody is a channel that highlights people and places and organizations that help provide hope for everybody. Most of the time, we're interviewing nonprofit professionals who are helping provide hope for everybody. Well, SER is a national nonprofit organization.
Right.
And today, Karla is going to talk to us about the SCSEP program, the Senior Community Service Employment Program.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a nonprofit organization, income, budgeting, expenses, payroll, these are all very difficult things and challenges that we face as nonprofits. We have recently learned about this program, and it's been around a long time, but we recently learned about it, and it's helped us put to work some great people within our organization, within and without of our organization. So we're excited about the opportunity that this gives to help employ the senior community within the unemployed community that is out there. So Karla, Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to us about our program. I definitely believe that people like you put programs like mine in the spotlight where, people don't even know that we even exist. So thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So first, talk about yourself. How'd you get involved in this role?
So
Because I know you're not a senior.
No, I'm getting close. So I've been in the nonprofit world for the last, 20 years of my career, working with different, youth nonprofits and all that stuff. I came across SER National through the Fort Worth Chamber. And somebody talked to me about it, and I looked them up. There was a position available, and I applied for it. And so the reason that I even became more attracted to SER National was all of the good that they're doing for communities that, just like yours, need help and need hope for various reasons, right? My reason was because my dad was getting ready to retire. And so the SCSEP program, just so that everybody knows, is we are a nonprofit, but we focus on 55 and over adults, right? And so that's a focus area that kind of just goes away. Like, people don't really think about it. They think, oh, they're retired, they're fine. They don't need to do anything else. They're fine. But we don't realize that income is low now. So that's kind of where we went. And when I found that out, I was like, my dad is about to go into that, right? And so it became more of a passion project for me, to say the truth, where I see the hope when I call somebody and say, you've been approved. And they're like, are you serious? Like, I'm going to start training and I'm going to get paid. And they start learning something new in a different field that they probably were never even thinking about. So that's kind of my background of how I got to SER National and why this has become such a passion project for me as well. So, yeah.
So let's talk about your target audience. And I know there are two sides.
Yes.
There are the nonprofits like us,
Right,
who need help. We need workers. We need talent.
right,
We need abilities that we don't have within our organization or for whom we can't afford to pay.
right.
And then there are the seniors, 55 and over, which I just became eligible for. Anyway.
Go to the website and apply.
Right? I get all the AARP stuff now, it infuriates me. And I get 100 Medicare calls a day.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
I'm not eligible. If you're watching this, I am not eligible for Medicare. Okay.
Right.
So you've got the nonprofits like us who need help.
Right.
But then you have the seniors, 55 and over. Maybe you're unemployed. Maybe you're underemployed. Maybe you worked a fantastically long career in a field. into which you have no desire to return.
That is actually very true, right?
And you might like to learn something else.
Mm-hmm.
This is a chance for you to come and get hired and rejoin the workforce in a position that can renew. I'm going to let her talk to you about that.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, what type of nonprofit do you see? What type of positions do you fill? And who are the people you're trying to fill?
So with Sir National, we focus on having host agencies like yourself, Hope Prison Ministries, that are nonprofits that are giving back to the community, just like we are wanting to give that to the seniors, right? We want them to be within the community so that they are continuously moving, because movement is power. Like, we have to make sure that they're constantly moving. When we get to an older age, we just need to be moving, right? So we want to have our host agencies to be nonprofits, and we do have government entities as well. So like the fire stations, community centers, we have CPS, Texas Workforce Offices. So those are kind of our focus areas, because we want to ensure that these are government funds, right? And so we want to ensure that we're giving back.
You have people that work with CPS?
Yes, sir.
Who would work with CPS?
So we have a lot of, we have 3 or 4 people right now that are working in the Fort Worth office for CPS, whether it's in the administration role at the front end of the building. They'll answer phones, they're filing, they're doing all those things, or they're in the back when they're gathering, stuff that is being brought in by the bigger corporations like Costco, Sam's, whatever, like diapers and stuff that they need to organize. So we have people working in the warehouse as well. So there's different positions or different training places that they can go. But we always want to make sure that first and foremost, they're able to do these jobs, right? If it's something that they've had already been doing, like let's say, for example, you apply and you're like, well, yeah, I used to be an executive and I did administrative work. Well, I want to place you somewhere else where you can't do it with your, because I could put you in an office, you could do it with your eyes closed, right? If I teach you how to do something else, that means that you're constantly learning something. So we don't want to place you where, if you were an administrator, yeah, you'd be great putting you somewhere, but I want you to continuously learn. Most of the people that do come through my program are people that used to work with their hands, right? Construction, worked on roofs, worked on, all of those heavy duty jobs where they don't know how to work on a computer. And that's a big task, because right now, unfortunately, everything is electronic. If you want to apply for Social Security, you have to do it online. You want to apply for any sort of government assistance, food stamps, housing, whatever it may be, everything is done online. Even to apply for jobs, where do you go? All of the job platforms, right? Online. And so when they don't have those skills, what happens? They run out of money. They don't know what to do. They're just kind of lost. And so that's where the SIR and the SCSEP program comes in, to help them feel comfortable being able to use a computer, being able to say, I can email, I can scan, I know how to do all of these things. They can do all that on their phone because, we have our phone and we can do all of that. But they can apply for all these benefits. There's just a lot of 55 and over adults that don't apply for benefits just because it is online. And they go to the offices and they're like, well, you have to do it online. They give them the form and say, scan this QR code. And they're like, ugh, they just give up. And so we want to teach them that. We want to teach them those skills that they didn't have or they didn't need when they were in the workforce back in the day.
So let's define or list, if you can, the typical positions for which SIR hires.
Okay.
Obviously, administrative reception is one.
Right.
Give me some others.
Administrative reception, janitorial, maintenance. We have gardening. We also have, I believe we have, if I'm not mistaken, dog shelters. So if you're, some people just like to work with dogs as well. So what do they call those? I think she called them rescue and kennel trainers. And so like kind of in that realm as well. Community centers, greeters kind of thing, or they're checking people in. At the CPS office, we have people working in the background in the warehouses. We have some food banks that the people are distributors, where they learn the logistics of like things when they're coming in, how they're going to be doing logistically with all of the food in the pantry that comes in. And then just as well, the administrative role is probably the biggest one, because people want some of the nonprofits that we service, just like yourself, you're like, we just don't have the budget to have somebody that can answer the phone or that can greet people coming in. So if we're able to teach that to somebody and help a nonprofit like yourself, why wouldn't we be? That just makes common sense. And we're helping the seniors get some, money while they're training and learning a craft, and helping the nonprofits that they're doing it as well.
If you're liking this content, don't miss out on future episodes. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now back to the show.
So I'm a nonprofit, and I sign up and become a host agency.
Right.
How long can I keep somebody? What if I really like somebody?
Right.
And I want to keep them? How long can I keep them?
So let's say, for example, you became a host agency. You have, I don't know, Carla working for you. She's coming in, she's training. And you're like, you know what? She's amazing. The duration of the SCSEP program is a 4-year stints, right? Once the 4 years happens, that's it. Like you start, because during the program, you have to start looking for work. You continue to look for work. Just like when you go with the Texas workforce, everybody's continuously looking for work. You turn in a work log every 2 weeks. So if you say, you know what, Carla, I really, really like you. When is your time over? And I say 4 years, and you say, okay, well, after those 4 years, I want to hire you on. You're at any point within those 4 years, you can hire that person directly to work for you. So within 2 weeks,
I could also lose them if I don't hire them.
Right.
Because they could be looking for another
because
job.
Because they're continuously looking for work. So if somebody else says, you know what, I really like you, and you say, you know what, I'm going to wait. And then they would say, hey, you know what, Chandler, I'm going to go ahead and start working somewhere else. So it's kind of, you have to decide
Does SIR provide benefits for the people?
We do not.
Health insurance, those kinds of things?
Because this is a training program. This is not a job. This is training. They're gaining the training. So they don't have any benefits. If they miss a training day, they don't get paid for that. Now, they do have the ability to make up those training hours they missed within a 2-week time period, but they do not have sick leave. They don't have vacation time. There's no health benefits, nothing like that. No, sir.
So I am an SER candidate, and I apply to become, to work for SER. And I'm in the field, and I'm working, and I'm filling out my applications, and I'm doing my jobs. And SER is paying me, this program is paying me $16 an hour.
Right about. It can fluctuate just depending on the funding that we get every calendar year.
$16 to $17 an hour. And I get a job offer, but it's only $12 an hour.
Right.
Does SIR expect me to take that $12 an hour job offer, even though it's going to earn me significantly less?
It might, in the long run, be beneficial because that job might be offering you benefits.
Right.
Right? They might be offering you the benefits that my training program isn't going to offer you.
Right.
Okay. On top of that, my training program right now at the moment only offers you 28 hours per week to train. We can't offer you more than that. And that will fluctuate depending on the calendar year and the funding that we get. So that the wage and the hours worked will definitely can fluctuate within, each funding year.
Gotcha.
Okay. So what I would say, because that question does come up in some of the interviews that I have, I tell them, I said, weigh your options. Like the option of having benefits is very, very big right now. Right. And you
huge.
have the ability to work more than 28 hours. Now, if it's going to affect, let's say that they have benefits where it'll affect their Social Security, it'll affect their food stamps, it'll affect all of those things. Those are things that individual has to make that decision on their own. That's something that we can only try to have a conversation with them, but never guide them, because ultimately they're the only ones that know what they really need. But
Right.
You and I know that having benefits with a company
Makes all the difference.
it makes all the difference, right?
Absolutely.
So again, I would say, I've had people say, well, I have this job, but I don't know what to do, and I really want to stay with SIR. I said, SIR's never going to offer you benefits. So think about that.
Yeah.
Think about the benefits
Now
that you're
you
going to
get benefits, though, right?
Yes, I am a
You're
direct
a corporate employee. Yeah.
Yes, I am directly employed with SIR National. I am not part of the CSEP program. I work the CSEP program. That's my baby. To get the participants logged in, registered, and actively training and get paid for that. So yes.
So you're a nonprofit and you're wondering, how can I get this talent working for me? How does a nonprofit get involved with you?
So you guys can just go into the website, the sir-national.org. You go scroll all the way down and go into a host agency application. They apply online. And then we get a notification that says, hey, so-and-so is interested. We contact you. My amazing community liaison, Lupe Portillo, will be, calling them saying, hey, I want to come down, visit with you, tell you about my program, look around your facility. And she takes it from there. It can take maybe 3 or 4 days, even up to less than a week for you to become a host agency.
So Charlie, our web guy, is going to put this in the links in the bio, the description of the film, of the video, and we're going to refer you to the website. As I recall, I think I went to ser-national.org.
Okay.
Or is it SER National? Or
it's
is it
just ser-national.org.
Yeah, SER-national, ser-national.org. And then you scroll down and you see a box that says the SCSEP program.
Right. Senior program.
You click on that, and then you can click on the application.
For the host agencies. Yes.
For the host agency program. And then that's how we filled it out.
Mm-hmm.
Literally within 24 hours, Lupe,
right? Yes.
the incredible, was here in our office getting our information within a matter of hours. We were in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are just richly blessed to have this organization. You must, if you're a nonprofit, please go to ser-national.org and make sure and fill out the host agency application and get some people working within your organization.
Now, also, let me say this. There's a lot of people that, if you know of seniors or you're within the nonprofit sector and you have a lot of, because, as we grow older, we tend to learn that we should be helping others and we start doing nonprofit, right? And we start volunteering. If you have those people, send them our way. Have them apply for that. Because if you're sending them our way, that means that they're going to be giving back to your nonprofit as well.
So if you have people who are underemployed or unemployed,
mm-hmm.
and they need the opportunity, send them to SIR.
Yes.
SIR can get them a job. They can be with you. They could be with somebody else, but they can help them get the employment they need so that they can begin giving back to the organization and to the community.
Right.
Would to God I've known about this years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, SIR National has been, I believe we just celebrated our 62nd year. And so I
did actually learn about you from another lady. Her name is Carrie Atkinson.
Okay.
She runs a home care agency or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she's the one who originally mentioned you, but it took me probably a year or more after she told me to actually
move on
it out.
Yeah. It happens. It's in all God. It's in God's time. That's just what it is. God's time.
And it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm so happy I didn't know about this type of program. When this happened, it was kind of like my family was going through this transition, with my dad retiring and all that. And so I was like, how did I not know about this? I would have been talking to my dad about this from the get-go. So yeah, I appreciate nonprofits like yourself that are giving us the opportunity to place all these people to train with you all and get paid for it, for sure.
We will put the main number in the comments as well. May we put your email address or Lupe's email address?
You can put my email address or Lupe's address goes to everybody within my office as well.
There it is, which is?
SIR, SER, National, NATA, like all together, SIR National, Fort Worth at SIR-national.org. It's big. It's a whole mouthful. But
we will put that in the in the comment section.
And then my phone number, the phone number to the Fort Worth office is 817-536-3600. And if they want to go ahead and just give us a call as well, and we can give them the information they need.
Carla, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. And thank you for joining us on another episode of Hope for Everybody. Check them out, ser-national.org. Thank you.